from Phantom Menace.
Yeah, well, looks like this is the end of the road for you, friend. And if memory serves me right, the obelisk here is the door to the castle. Oh. Well, shit. Up when near for treasure. What? I ignore you. Okay. Beware bleeding hole. What?
Who buys them Star Wars toys? I bet it's Mike. It's totally Mike. Totally Mike.
And only Mike.
The only adult toy buying I ever got into was the 25th anniversary G.I. Joe toys. I bought a lot of those. But I love G.I. Joe.
You didn't buy the 25th anniversary of Crossfire?
No, I did not buy the 25th anniversary of Crossfire.
You didn't get caught up in the Crossfire?
No, I did not get into I did not get swept up in Crossfire hype.
Listen out. You'll get caught up in the... Level up. Yes. Level up. Okay.
I've got like a bunch of different Snake Eyes. Because they come out with one. Like, oh, this one looks better than the last one they came out with. They come out with a new one. Oh, this one looks a lot better than the last one they came out with.
That's great. I'm very happy that you're so excited about Snake Eyes.
One of my favorite fictional characters, bizarrely. I'm sure some of that's nostalgia, but no, I really like Snake Eyes.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
Snake Eyes uses swords. Yeah, but he usually uses guns. I just like the character. It's not even about the swords. Comic book Snake Eyes, man. His weapon of choice is the Uzi. Uzi 9mm.
Right? So, like, which is okay with Thor's in general. He just didn't much care for them in XCOM.
Yep.
In fact, normally when we play a game, I want to be the guy with the big hammer, and he wants to be the guy with the sword.
Snake Eyes is a U.S. military combat veteran who also happens to have some kind of Eastern ninja-style training. It's the merger of both things that makes Snake Eyes special. It's not that he's a ninja. It's the commando part aspect is, I think, very important in making Snake Eyes interesting.
Can't roll past. I thought I could roll past.
Actually, Snake Eyes became a prominent character because Larry Hama, the writer, was fond of him. I don't think it had anything to do with being cheap to produce. I'm sure with the early figures he was, because it was just all black, but I think Larry Hama just really liked the characters. Even when they weren't making Snake Eyes figures, he was a big part of the comic. The quality of the G.I. Joe comic book would go up and down depending upon whether or not Hasbro wanted him to shield for some really stupid characters. I like Larry Hama. When they did, do you remember the G.I. Joe cartoon movie?
No, barely.
Where apparently the real power behind Cobra was an ancient race of, like, mutant men, and they were led by a guy with, like, a giant snake body. Larry Hama straight up, like, refused.
Nice.
Like, they wanted Cobra Commander's origin to be that he was, like, an ancient snake man who had an experiment. They gave him, like, a face full of, like, eyes. and that's why he wears the mask. Larry Hama actually killed off Cobra Commander in the comic books rather than do that.
Nice. That's really funny.
Then a few years later, when Hasbro wasn't looking, I came back.
Hey, look, I'm doing sound design for this game. Blah, blah. Blah.
Are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, so far. So far. I'm getting a little tired of it. Mostly just because, we've been shooting for today, and, I'm getting a little tired in general. What time is it? It's still early. I have to go to the bathroom. Like, pretty badly.
Go to the bathroom.
So,
Okay.
that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later.
Did I mail in for the fridge exclusive character? I should have. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you remember William the Refrigerator Perry?
From the Bears?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very fat man. They made him a G.I. Joe. It was a mail away exclusive.
Get out of town.
No, they did. They did.
That's great. That's really funny. He was part of the Super Bowl shuffle. The Super Bowl shuffle, it's what all the kids are doing.
Yep.
I'm going to take a bathroom break.
All right. Have a nice bathroom break.
It's going to be
Have
great.
a nice dump.
I'm gonna
Dump pee or whatever it is. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna urinate.
I literally don't give a shit. You are.
I get it.
Or pee. Or whatever.
I get what you're saying.
How's everyone doing? What's going on? What's going on? Mail in and make your own G.I. Joe. Oh, God, what do they call that one? It was kind of a sham because that G.I. Joe just was wearing a helmet, and the only thing that was personalized, I believe, was the file card. I didn't even know if they had different skin colors. So, like, if you were like an African American kid, and you ordered away with the specialized, personalized G.I. Joe figure, he probably still had the white skin, which really would have been a letdown. I was gonna say the Iron Grenadier, but that was Destro's little side organization. He's in a blue suit with a gold helmet. Did he have exposed skin anywhere, is the question. Am I excited for the new Predator movie by Shane Black? I'll tell you when I actually hear and see things about it. The Steam tips aren't coming through because we're streaming from the PlayStation 4, which kind of fucks with everything. This game is only currently available on the PlayStation 4. We are reading them all in chunks, though, so if you are donating, don't worry, we'll read them. Actually, we'll probably read some when Jack comes back. I'd do it, but the way the laptop's hooked up, it's all the way over there, and I'd be away from the mic, and you wouldn't hear me. I never liked G.I. Joe. There were too many for me. Yeah, but you didn't have to play with them all. You could just ignore most of them. In the comics, actually, Larry Hama actually killed off a whole bunch of Joes because there were just too fucking many of them. He had one storyline where I think he killed off like 13 characters. It was great. Rich doesn't care about Star Wars. Evans wears a Star Wars shirt in his videos constantly. I've worn that shirt. I think it's been in like, what, 3 videos? 2 of them were because we filmed it on the same day. We bought that shirt for work, and it just made its way into my rotation of shirts. And it's not like I hate Star Wars. I'm not going to, like, take it out of my rotation of shirts out of some kind of bizarre spite. I mean, I love the original movies. Snake Eyes is my favorite character. What was the best vehicle? I was always fond of just the normal Jeep, just because that fucking toy was sturdy as all hell. That thing lasted so long and it never broke. It was a high quality vehicle. The G.I. Joe vehicles. I was commenting on how fucking durable just the normal ass Jeep was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of the earliest things that came out with a toy line, and I owned it. I right up until I stopped playing with toys, and it never. I think it had one crack. It had one crack.
Nice. We've missed some tips.
Yeah.
Have you read them?
No. I figured we'd get it when you came back, because you're right by the mic and the.
Titan says, Rich, the Batman versus Superman Half in the Bag was one of the funniest episodes ever. I did a huge spit take when Mike pulled out the shotgun and said, "So here's how it's gonna go down." Fucking great. Like that. I can't wait to watch it. What fad trend were... Oh, we talked about that already. Rich, Batman killing nearly every single criminal he comes into contact with in Batman v Superman seemed to make sense with this version of Batman in the midst of his psychological breakdowns and Dark Knight Returns.
I want to comment about Batman murdering.
Okay.
Jack.
Yes.
What is your favorite live-action Batman?
Dark Knight, probably.
The Dark Knight? But like actor, portrayal, not movie. Christian Bale?
Actor portraying it. Oh, Batman? Like, I still want to say... I want to say original Batman Keaton.
Keaton. Most people would say Keaton, right? The fans like Keaton, I think, as a general rule.
I think depending on age, a lot of people like Bale.
He murdered constantly.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen him.
Keaton's Batman, right? Remember when he blows up the Ace Chemical Factory?
Yeah.
It's full of Joker's henchmen. At the end, he's flat out targeting the Joker with the machine guns on the bat plane.
That's true. Okay.
He fires missiles at a different float that's filled with the Joker's henchmen.
Uh-huh.
He flat out throws a couple guys down the bell tower at the very end. And then he murders the Joker. Mm-hmm. He blatantly murders the Joker when he shoots the grappling hook to the gargoyle, and so he could fall to his death. Batman Returns. He murders a clown by burning them to death with the exhaust from the Batmobile. So he burns somebody to death, and then he shoves a time bomb down a different clown's pants. Keaton's Batman murdered as casually and as often as Affleck.
All right. You know what?
I have a bigger problem with the fact that he used a gun to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so like casual, like a gun.
Well,
so generic.
For one, I get a gun killed his parents, and that's a fine thing.
Yeah.
But if you have a Batman who kills and a Batman who's willing to use guns, really, he should use them all the time. He should operate like the Punisher does at that point.
Agreed.
It doesn't make any sense for him to bother developing something like a Batarang when he could just have like a couple of Uzis. All right, so any more tips?
Probably. Hold on, let me kill this guy here. And we will get to them. Who says Ikbir, who will play Space Cop and Detective Ted Cooper in the sexy, gritty action reboot? Who would you want to see play Space Cop and Detective Cooper in the Zack Snyder sexy, gritty, realistic?
Me and Mike, I'll take that money for that project. They spent, what, hundreds of millions of dollars on that crap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give some to me. Fuck it.
Okay, great. Rich Evans it is. I like that. Rich Evans could work in a sexy, gritty reboot. I can see that.
Keaton was a good Bruce Wayne, but not Batman in my opinion, says Stu91. I will agree, but I want to point out that Keaton was greatly limited with that costume, where he couldn't move his fucking head.
And even with the limited costume, I felt like his Batman did some stuff.
It always felt stiff to me. I hated that costume. And it looks terrible looking at it in hindsight. It looks like it's made out of cheap rubber.
You know what? Here's the real thing is I really need to rewatch that.
Rewatch that. It's amazing how crap that suit looks.
I guess that I just can't go that way. Is the moral of the story. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see here. What is the worst movement in filmmaking history, and why is it Dogma 65? I think the worst movement in cinema history was when they discovered the tripod.
Early CGI. And they've gotten better with it and not using it wrong. You're more likely to see a CGI movie with story elements.
Yeah.
But when they first discovered CGI, I was like, fuck it, we can do anything. Who cares about story? Just let the monster run around.
Something's happening here.
Early CGI, like Jurassic Park. You know, they made a lot of movies after Jurassic Park that use CGI. And Jurassic Park, here, I'll tell you why Jurassic Park is a good early CGI movie. Because Spielberg was still filming it like with practical effects in mind.
Mm-hmm. And it also had a lot of practical effects.
Yeah,
that meshed with the CGI.
Most of the effects actually are practical. Most of them. There's only like a few shots that are CGI.
Mm-hmm. Since today is Easter, says Anonymous, what is your favorite video game Easter egg?
I don't know.
Oh.
I never really thought about it.
There you go.
What's yours?
Oh, yeah. So, there's just so many. There's just so many Easter eggs.
I was always amused by people's... I mean, I was never one of them. People who hunted through San Andreas to find Bigfoot because they thought Bigfoot was in San Andreas. GTA San Andreas.
Yeah.
And you'd have whole videos on YouTube, people just wandering around for hours trying to find the Bigfoot.
That's great. Ah.
Nowadays, they just data mine the game.
Well, if you look in the code here, you can tell that there's no assets for a Bigfoot character.
That's no fun.
That's no fun. That's no fun. Fucking dicks. That is a bunch of dicks. There's something over here. After this guy. I think this is something we can talk about still being in the spoiler-free territory. Batman v Superman. Batman branding. Because we saw that in the trailer.
It's minor enough. I don't mind talking about it, but I do. Yeah.
We could save it too. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Huh?
It is very minor. I mean, you're right. It is borderline.
It's borderline, but I think it was in the trailer.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Fuck it.
Obliterated.
Okay, so in the movie, I want to say this is spoiler free.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know nothing about Batman versus Superman, then stop listening.
Mm.
But I'm going to stay away from major story spoilers.
This isn't going to be like a "I am your father" Luke kind of thing.
Right. But in the movie, Batman brands the criminals that he captures with like a red hot bat brand. And so he scars them with a little Batman logo to tell all the people, like, I'm the Batman and I defeated this villain. And they just want to know what we think about it.
It's fine. This is a Batman who has no problem with killing.
Yeah.
Branding, what's that?
It's a little like my instinct says it's sick is what it is.
Well, this is heavy metal Batman.
Exactly. That was going to be my exact point.
Yeah.
But this Batman has no problem with being sick. So. Oh, you see that? The people in here, like the shopkeepers, a bat came in with me, and the shopkeepers went to fight it. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, look at that blood splatter. Fuck yeah.
Jigalag 35 says,
Jiggling?
I don't believe it was all criminals. It was only like really, really bad criminals. So he murders the not so bad ones and he brands the horrible ones? What a jerk. You're doing it backwards, man.
Kind of a huge dickhead.
They even say in the movie that it was a death sentence in prison to have a Batman brand. Why? I want to know why. Why would they care? Like, oh man, you got hit by the Batman too. Oh man, that sucks, didn't it?
That didn't make any sense. You're right. Where it's just like, yeah, I got beat by like the guy who's like super strong and beats everybody in town.
It took the super most toughest man to bring me down. God damn it! That's what you say.
Honestly, that'd be like a brand of honor. I mean, I think it's weird. It just boils down to it's the Batman. Like we've talked about, like every character in the movie kind of being unlikable.
Yeah.
And it's Batman's unlikable in it.
He's appropriately unlikable. Batman's a broody jerk.
Uh-huh.
That's just Batman. Other than having possibly some issues with murder, which I don't that much, because like I said, Keaton's Batman murdered all the time.
Yeah.
I have an issue with the method and the guns, but otherwise, no, fine Batman. Very fine Batman. Affleck did a great job.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think Affleck did a great job. I really wish there was a better story.
I wish, well, they bothered to write a story for Superman at all. Is what I wish. And I wish they bothered to write in motivation for Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been really nice. Yeah.
And why the fuck Doomsday? Because that was awful.
Because they need a giant monster.
The reason I'm being anal about spoilers, Chad, is 'cause it's opening weekend.
Yeah.
I'm assuming some people might want to see it who haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And someone might give a shit. I don't want to be a blatant asshole.
We're trying to be respectful. And we have already warned that we are doing the super spoiler stream on Wednesday anyway, so everyone knows, like, we're gonna talk about it. We're just not tonight. Level up. Need more subs. All right.
So wait, this Luthor isn't jealous of Superman's power. There's no hint that that's what his issues is.
No.
If you're making that assumption, it's because you read the comic books. There's no hint of that in the film.
Correct. There's not one mention of that in the film.
There's not an implication. There's not a clue.
Nope. Nope.
Quinsomniac says it's horribly disrespectful to let people waste their time and money on this pseudo film. Look, this is just... Sadly, this is just one of those movies you have to see. Because it's Batman and Superman. You don't really have to see it, but people will anyway.
Mm-hmm. Heard that.
Why did the two of you rush out to see this terrible movie when you haven't seen Deadpool? I really need to see Deadpool, but I don't want to see it alone. Karen's out of town.
Ah, okay.
Karen's always out of town. I need to get her to come up here fucking permanently. That's a different thing. I don't want to go see it alone. Because I didn't end up seeing it with Mike and Jay when they saw it for the review. Mm-hmm. But I want to see it. I really want to see it.
And, you know, for me, it's just some friends were going and asked if I wanted to go, and I said sure.
Yeah, I saw it because of the review. It was business.
Exactly. And, you know, if friends would have said, hey, you want to go see Deadpool, I would have found time to do that, but I didn't because they didn't ask me.
I mean, you're already too late if you want to hurt the movie financially. It's already made its money. I'm sure they're happy with the $400 million opening worldwide weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to top Deadpool, but I'm sure they're still happy with it. I don't know if it will change their universe plans in any way. I don't. But they're not crying about the bank the movie's made.
No.
Already.
Yeah, the movie has made its money back already. Good job, movie. You did it. Oh. I forget what buttons are what.
I have not seen Zootopia. The reason I haven't seen it is because that movie's got the stench of furry just all over it. Going to see that movie would just make me feel dirty.
Yeah, I think it would.
I'd like to be watching the movie and I think, you know, somebody's at home jerking off thinking about this. And that would just kill it for me. Somebody's jerking off to that rabbit that's bouncing around right now.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah.
And that's their thing. I don't care, but...
You don't want a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of it. No, thank you. If you want to jerk yourself off thinking about a cartoon rabbit, well, hey, all right, each their own.
As long as it doesn't bother me, as long as you don't, like, you know, break into my house to do it.
As long as you don't break into my house while wearing a giant rabbit costume.
Yeah, you do you, man.
Yeah, full body rabbit costume, but you're still wearing like a bra and panties over that or something.
Oh, criminy. Criminy all miminy. A little secret. Use your man Criminy and minimy. I have these bags of salt, pouch of salt. What do you do, pouch of salt?
People are jacking off to Batman versus Superman right now. No, that movie's way too depressing to wank to.
If you could wank to that, I think that would be an accomplishment over anything else.
That's how they find serial killers. Dino Spumoni. What's the movie with the guy who has a giant rabbit as an imaginary friend? Harvey.
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 Good old Harvey. Huh? That's fine. The tree of skill. Do 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 do. Wow, look at this skill tree. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. It's like super a lot of stuff, you know? Know what I'm saying, man? It's like, whoa, how did all this stuff get here? What? Yeah, I know. Endurance. So do I go more strength or do I go more dexterity? Okay, cool.
Strength, I don't know, fine. Specialize, Jack, specialize.
Specialize?
Yeah.
Okay. Specialize it is.
Rich and Jack, do you know about Star Wars Rogue One? What? No, what is that? I never heard of that. What is that?
A Star Wars?
No idea. No idea. Do you think we're gonna have a flood of people who don't get that I'm kidding?
Probably.
No.
I can only assume.
I'm waiting. I'm looking at the chat. I'm waiting for the whole scroll of explanations as to what it's the new Star Wars movie.
I can't believe it's gonna have the guy who did the thing. And, oh my god! Also, the early set pictures show that it's going to use this rogue airplane, and they're gonna have a laser. Oh, the laser.
The answer is I just don't care.
There you go. There you go.
I'll see a trailer. Maybe it'll look good. I don't know.
I don't know. Why are you bothering me?
I am familiar with the Quest for Glory series. It's another Sierra adventure game. I don't know if we'll ever play it because there is a lot of potential grinding involved. Even if you're not fighting monster, there's grinding to level different stats. So I don't know that it would make for the best stream, as much as I actually do like the games. Especially the second one, which is, I think, my favorite of the Sierra adventure games. I think the fourth one's actually a point and click that I like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But probably not just because of the grinding. Complaining about grinding during this game? Look, for one, our adventure games have all been us doing funny voices. And it would be, a few funny voices here and there and a lot of grinding to get to the next section where you use more funny voices.
I just want to get to the part where they use the funny voices.
I don't have enough sneak power to sneak through this cave. Oh, we gotta sneak around just the town for another 5 hours before we can do that.
I don't think I've been grinding in this game.
Alvin Fox says, Rich Evans likes something? Yes, something I like lined up with something you like. So only now do you realize that there are things I like.
It finally happened! Oh my god. I can't even believe it. Rich Evans is like the likenest liker to ever like. Oh! Okay. Oh, fuck you!
No, Stu91, you were not the only one that found the Police Quest 2 ending extremely disappointing.
Right? We thought we had a few more streams in us.
Yeah, it just ended. Here he is, he's gonna shoot at you. Oh, that's it?
No? What? Okay. Thanks, creepy skeleton. Ooh.
It's not that I hate everything, it's that I'm very discriminating in my tastes.
Uh-huh. So you hate everything.
So I hate everything, yes.
Like everything. I've heard you say that before, that you hate everything.
Space Quest 2 soon? Maybe.
Sure. Why not?
You don't get Sunny Bonds with your Space Quest, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Sunny Bonds. I like that Space Quest though. That was a fun romp. That Space Quest. I dug it. I dug it almost as much as I dig this mace. Come here, you bad.
Why and how did you become a cynic, Rich? Oh, because I'm not gullible.
Yeah, but like, was there something in particular?
I think I'm just naturally skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, they ran away?
Just do Roger Wilco with Bond's voice. Oh, that would not fit at all. Roger, that's the janitor from Space Quest. It's the main character.
Oh, yeah.
He's a doofus, not a fascist.
Not a mostly racist fascist.
Right. I'm cynical because I'm smart. Smart people realize how horrible the world is. There's a reason geniuses are very unhappy people. Right now I'm calling myself a genius.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but that's really exactly what you just did.
What I'm saying is people smarter than me are
go.
really, really miserable.
There we go. Now we're talking. Ow. Jack Smash Skeleton. Smash Puny Skeleton. Do 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 do. Squat out of that. Do 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 do. Hello. Do 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 da do do do. Whoa! Whoa! Settle the fuck down. There we go. I did it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You gotta look out for these traps, though. This game is a lot more trap heavy. See this rope by my feet? Don't trip on that rope.
Okay. Someone in the chat is saying, other than character design, this game doesn't look that ugly. Look at this.
The character design is incredibly ugly. The main character design, the thing you are looking at for most of the game, is the ugliest thing I've ever come across. I hate the big eyes and the no nose thing. I hate it. Look at him. Look at him. He's a fucking uggo. Look at everybody. Look at it. Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking uggo. Yeah, the world's fine. The monsters are all right.
They look like, you like Abe's Odyssey, and they look just like those guys, more or less, only with clothing.
Nah, Abe's is a big alien thing.
This is a big alien thing. He's got a rounder face, maybe. He looks cuter.
You know, maybe that's it. It just doesn't fit. Cute guy. What is it? Oh, I get it. I get it. I feel you. I don't like it. Nope. Don't run away from me, wolf. I want to smash you.
Rich is still in this way for quite some time. Will we be reviewing Doom 4 when it comes out? Not entirely sure if we'll review it. I definitely want to play it, though.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably stream it.
A little bit excited about it. Might be good. Might be fun.
Could be.
I don't know.
Anything's possible, Rich.
I enjoy your older school first-person shooters.
Your older school?
If it plays like an old school shooter, can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. And also, for those of you asking about Stardew Valley, we just filmed a discussion about it today.
Yep. It's true. So depending on Mike and Jay's schedule, either later this week or early next week, depending on... Oh, I did not want to drink that.
I as a fan of the older Harvest Moon games, take that as you will.
And I haven't played much of any of these kinds of games.
Hey, you like Doom 3, so don't bash 4.
Rich, stop bashing Doom 4.
The game I just said I was kind of looking forward to a little bit?
Yeah, stop. Would you stop bashing it?
I said one negative thing about the E3 review. Like, I didn't like some of the character designs, and I don't. But that alone doesn't mean I think it's going to be a terrible game.
But would you stop bashing it? Because really, it shows your bias. Your Marvel bias is showing.
I hate everyone.
And I wish you would just give it a chance, you know?
I hate everyone.
Can he trip a trap? He can trip a trap!
With the delay, I'm assuming they said that before
What?
I talked about Doom 4. I don't know.
Said what?
Oh, then I was kind of looking forward to it.
Oh.
Interesting. I finished Space Marine. If so, what did I think about it? You're talking about the Warhammer, what is it, 40K, right? Game? That Space Marine?
Yeah.
It's been years since I've played it at this point. I remember thinking it was alright. I remember thinking it was kind of lame that the ending was just a quick time battle boss fight. It was alright.
There you go! Heard it here first, folks. It was alright.
Javan, congratulations for getting here to your first live stream with us.
Welcome!
I hope it's not too boring and awful.
We're gonna entertain the fuck out of you, is what Rich is meaning to say. Just gonna be so fucking entertained. You won't even. I have too many. I have too many salt souls right now. Salty souls. I gotta go back and level up. Shit!
Mr. Glitch says there was a germ of a good game concept. Oh, shoot. It scrolled up. I'm gonna try and paraphrase.
Okay.
Trying to get out of Doom 3. Something about eventually they made Quake 4. I'd agree. I think Quake 4 is the game that Doom 3 should have been.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
How come the things I like don't count?
What do you mean?
The things I like, I hate everything. How come the things I like don't count?
Because I know why.
Why?
I know why. Someone was explaining this to me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I made a really mean-spirited tweet about Batman versus Superman, and I was getting a lot of shit from people who like Batman and Superman, and someone said, paraphrasing, the majority of people really liked Batman versus Superman, and so I replied with a statistic widely available that it has currently a 30% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's just like 30, maybe not a lot of people like it. Maybe some people like it. And they got back to me and they said, that's the critic rating, who are snobs and don't read comic books. And so the things you like because you're a snob. Rich. And so it doesn't count. It's not every man.
Yeah, because you're a snob. You don't read comic books.
I don't.
You're not a comic book fan.
But this is what I'm saying, Rich. I think you're a snob, and you only like snobby things.
I heard something interesting about the general audience rating.
Yeah?
It was at 120 audience rating votes before the movie came out, and at 80-something%. Now it's at 160 audience ratings, and it's down to 70 whatever percent.
Oh.
So maybe that number's been inflated and wrong in the first place.
Could be. I know, I've been seeing a lot of talk about the exit polls, and it got a B or something. They ask audience members exactly what they think about it right when the movie gets out.
Yeah.
And it got a B. But, and I'm still looking into exactly what this means. Apparently, every single movie gets an A.
Oh, yeah?
Or an A+. Because people just saw it, they paid to see it, it's opening weekend. Every single movie gets an A. So the fact that it got a B is a huge indicator at how much people are apathetic or dislike it.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand what that meant. If anyone has an article that explains that a little more in depth, that would be great. But fourth. Gain 2 points of strength. Ooh, yeah. Thord. I like Thord.
Definitely doesn't deserve a 29, maybe a 60 or something. I would say it's better of Man of Steel, but it's better than awful. It's still kind of bad.
Huh?
What percentage of score is a decent Batman worth? Because that's all you're really getting out of it. That's all I'm really getting out of it. There's a Superman, they really don't have any great idea what they're doing with that character.
Uh-huh.
It's impossible to like or root for that character or sympathize or anything, really. Then they keep shoving the creepy god thing down your throat.
Oh, God. Incessantly with the god thing. Settle down. We get it.
But you gotta keep in mind the way Rotten Tomatoes calculates that percentage. It's not what they thought of the movie. It's the percentage of critics who would put that movie over 60%. So you could have, all of the critics rate that movie as this is 50, and the Rotten Tomatoes score would be 0%.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because every reviewer had it under that 60%.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I get it.
I believe that's how it works. I could be wrong. But I was talking with you earlier that the whole the whole Christianity angle makes more sense to me now after I thought about it a bit. This Superman as God makes a lot more sense because you save a few people that pray, but you'll casually kill thousands.
You're listening some of the time,
Every now and then you pray. He'll come down. He'll take a cat out of a tree, and then he flies through the building that's full of people, and he doesn't really care about humanity all that much. We're sinners in Superman's eyes. We're not really worthy of being saved, but sometimes he'll do it anyway.
Oh, sure, yeah, sure. If he's not doing anything else. If he's got nothing else better to do.
It's the Jesus allegory. I thought about it. It makes perfect sense.
Terrible. What is this?
Oh, and I noticed something else that just made me gag.
What?
They released the movie 3 days before Easter. Fuck off!
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know if that was intentional. We have a couple tips that we've missed. Botsner Mostroldov says, have any of you played the 2005 Punisher PC game made by Voltron?
No, have not.
Volition. Made by Volition. It had a really fun battle mechanic.
I have not. Have not.
Maybe we'll look into that. As in, we'll look into that and play that during our Daredevil Season 2 discussion.
I'm nodding as if we're on cam.
Rich is down with that idea. That's great. Oh, thank you, Orange Stray Cat. Then I don't want to take oath. I don't want to take oath here because I like my lady. My lovely lady lumps. My lovely lady lumps. Okay, let's see here. If you could insert a single rubber duck into any moment in history.
It can't be like a giant rubber duck?
No, not a giant.
Because I would totally put like a giant rubber duck on the Titanic. Give people something to latch onto.
That would be very nice.
Yeah,
That'd be very
yeah.
nice of you. No, I think it's just a normal, like a rubber duck that you have in your bathtub. Where would you put it? It can instantly appear anywhere in history. Here's what
It would just instantly appear.
It would instantly appear. You can choose an exact moment in time for it just to instantly appear. Where would you put it?
I think on L. Ron Hubbard's deathbed would really fuck with people. If just a rubber duck appeared like on his forehead, like the second he died.
I'm going off to Xanadu. Everyone around just like,
This means something.
maybe he was right. I was gonna use all this Scientology bullshit and make a big scam out of it, but maybe he was right. That's pretty good. Okay, first I would affix some fast drying glue to the bottom of it, and then I would make it appear on Hitler's head right before one of his filmed speeches.
Okay.
So he is giving an impassioned speech, and he has a rubber duck attached to his head.
But then they wouldn't use that footage.
Could I also make it disappear?
No.
Didn't he give any public speeches?
Yeah, plenty.
Like something where his cameras weren't recording it? That's what I'd go for. Some like something he didn't have control over, where he was giving a speech. It was filmed. Fuck you, game. Trap. Fucking trap. What is this? Put a rubber duck on the moon right as Armstrong took his first step. That would really fuck with humanity. Yes! Yes!
One small step for man. What? Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, I'm just really not sure what's going on here, Houston.
Duck would make a sound on the moon.
It's in space and there's very little atmosphere on the moon, so it actually
Probably wouldn't even fill it through with a giant space boot.
They probably wouldn't.
We could trample under the moon dust and wouldn't even know it was there.
And everybody knows that the moon landing was pretty fake.
Once it squeaked all the air out of it, it wouldn't refill. It would be flat.
Maybe you should get a history lesson. Ow! Fuck you! That's very satisfying. Murdering people like that in such a way.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Yay!
Any interest in Voltron, Jack?
The Gobot?
Urban Vermin is asking if we have any interest in Voltron.
Like Voltron the...
I think they're making a new one or something, but not particularly. No hate either. Just,
No feeling whatsoever
yeah.
on the Voltron. I think I've been a pretty strong proponent of the Power Rangers, but I mostly like them because of the man in a cardboard suit.
Cheapness.
aspect of it. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. The Gobot. You guys know what Gobot is. It's Gobots.
They're the thing that the Transformers are ripping off.
Yeah.
I think Gobots came out first.
I want to say that's true, but I'm usually wrong.
The major difference is the Gobots were all Matchbox car sized.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And did they fight other Matchbox car size things?
Yeah.
Oh. That's awesome. Or not. I don't know. Ghosty guy. You ghosty guy. What? Oh, fuck. I forgot about the fucking trap. Fuck.